Hello, everyone. It's Sarah, and welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sarah. We have a lot of fun things to talk about today. We're going to talk about puzzles. We're going to talk about the foundation double crochet. And the reason we're going to talk about that, I know I've discussed it in the past, but I put out a pattern this last week where we used foundation double crochet. And anytime that I do that, I get lots of questions saying, do I have to use it? So we're going to talk a little bit about that and chainless foundation, and are they the same thing? And why is one, why is it better to use a foundation in some circumstances than just a chain? Because some patterns I write with just a chain, and sometimes I use a foundation double crochet. So we're going to talk about that as well. Well, hello everybody. I see a bunch of you already popping in. It's so great to see so many of you already ready to go and have some fun. All righty, well, let's go ahead and clink in. I've got my pineapple cup today because I'm feeling summer's not far away and I need some summer. Actually, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous here in Parker, Colorado this week. It's going to be steadily going, it was like, I think 64 yesterday, and it's going to be steadily up to about 80, I think, on Sunday. So it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm getting antsy to get my garden started and to get, my tomatoes and peppers and get them going. And I don't do a garden in the ground. I know that sounds funny. Through the winter, I use what's called an arrow garden. I ended up with 3 of them because I ordered one and I got a smaller one free with my order. And then my granddaughter that lives here in Parker, her parents got her one off, I think, like the free page or something. And so she brought it over and we were growing flowers and everything. So it was a lot of fun. But anyway, during the spring and summer, I have great big pots out on my deck. I have a deck that is covered and then a lower deck that is not. And on that lower deck, I just lined the whole edge with great big pots, and I grow peppers, and I grow zucchinis and yellow squash. I grow cucumbers. I grow, of course, tomatoes. And I usually grow Romas, and they're called Sweet 100s, the cherry tomatoes. So sweet. And then a couple of odds and ends. I always do a big thing of lettuce, a big thing of kale, a big thing of spinach. And then one of them is like, I do a big mix where I have like the purple lettuce and everything. So it's super duper fun. And if I get a chance, I'll share some of that with you. I'm hoping to be able to get out of the house today. This is like my 7th week on what I've been calling medical house arrest. But in Parker, we can, Douglas County, we can go out. Some of retails are going to be open. Restaurants aren't going to be open where you can sit in them, but we've ordered from a few places and it's worked just fine. And they've been really quick and efficient. So, but I'm going to go do a little shopping with my husband today. I've got my mask all ready and I'm kind of excited to get out of the car because usually he'll take me on like a little, journey. We'll drive around, look at some things, and it's been kind of nice. I was kind of laughing because it's like, I understand what it's like to be a dog when your person says, let's go for, I'm not going to say the word or my dogs will go crazy, but RIDE in the car, stick my head out the window and flap my tongue. So, like I said, I've got my pineapple cup. Let's clink in. Clink. And I'm drinking pina colada coffee today. I have some leftover cups, those small Keurig cups, because I've gone back to using my regular pot of coffee. And so what I did is I made half of my regular, and then I cut open, I think 4 of those, and put them in with my regular coffee. It was really good because it gives you just enough. It's not pina colada. It's just coconut because it was just coconut coffee that I put in there. Oh, Callie's on here. Everybody say hello to Callie. Hi, Callie. She said, hi, Oma. My grandkids call me Oma. And so she's watching today. They've been doing school at home, having fun. And I just heard they got a brand new trampoline. Hopefully they'll show it to me today on FaceTime. So if y'all remember Callie, she was here. She's been here 2 different times and been on my live videos several different times. So everyone say hello to my granddaughter, Callie. She's going to be 11 this month. Or not April, but May. Alrighty, so we all clinked in, and let's get started with our conversation. All right, so I've been getting a lot of questions about my puzzles, and this one I was talking about that I did, and I posted a picture of it on Instagram saying, "Wow, I'm finally done with my puzzle," and everyone's like, "I want that pattern." I'm like, "Wait a minute, it's not a pattern, but it is. I mean, it's your basic granny square." It was so hard. 750 pieces is 750 to 1,000 are what I like to do. But all those colors, it was so hard, and it was an absolutely beautiful puzzle. And it was so beautiful that I didn't want to put it back in the box, but I had to because I started working on this one. And this one is super hard too. Okay, so back to this one. This one is by Milton Bradley. And this one was a gift. People have been asking me where I got them from. Okay. And I think you could probably order that. You can see Milton Bradley down there on the corner. There it is. So you could probably order that. And I honestly, this was a gift, but I think it was purchased at Walmart. So, you could probably get online and find that one. This one is from Cobble Hill. All right. This one was also a gift. I think it was bought with a gift card at Hobby Lobby. Okay. Now, the thing about this puzzle is I found another one by this company because these are a really tricky puzzle and I'm really, really enjoying it. Okay, so I found another puzzle by this company and we were going to order it online. It's really cute. It's got some yarn balls and it's got a cat right in the center. It's really cute. Anyway, we contacted the company online and they said they're not shipping right now. They will be probably first or middle of May. But to let their associates get well and have some time at home, they weren't shipping right now, which is totally understandable. I get that. And I thought, well, I can wait, And because this puzzle here has taken me 2 weeks to do. This one with all the granny squares took me 3 weeks to do. But it was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, so my husband's like, well, let's just get on Amazon. We have an Amazon gift card. We will find this puzzle if it's there. Oh my goodness! You can buy this puzzle from Cobble Hill off their website for, I think it said $17.99, which is a little more than I really like to pay for a puzzle, but this one is amazing. The pieces are thick, and it's just beautiful, and it's worth the money. And the neat thing about this company is their puzzle pieces are very tricky, but it makes it fun and challenging. Well, we got on Amazon, and this exact puzzle was $69. Any of the puzzles from Cobble Hill, they're calling them collectors because they're not selling them right now because the company is giving their associates time off to make sure they're well and, to be at home and not be around everybody. And the people on Amazon, we found it 3 different places, $65 to $69. I will not pay that for a puzzle. I love puzzles, but I will not pay that for a puzzle. So wait till Cobble Hill opens back up. Go to cobblehill.com. They have a lot of amazing puzzles. They have one with a cardinal on it that I really want also. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you about that. I've been getting lots of questions about my puzzles. And I went downstairs in our little storage cabinet, and I found some of my older puzzles that I haven't worked in a while. One of them is a puzzle we got when we were in Germany. And think about this. My son was born in Germany, and he's 32, 33. I think. I think he'll be 33 in May. It's his birthday's right around the same time as Callie's. I don't know if it's his before or after hers. I can't remember. I think his is 2 or 3 days before. Anyway, so that's how old that puzzle is. And I worked it once and I put it back in the box. And it's a big German scene of a big German castle. So I'll probably do that one next. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about my puzzles. I'm going to put that down. Do all of y'all like puzzles? I know Callie does because we've talked about it on FaceTime before. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about our conversation, and I'm going to show you a little bit of a demo over here. And then I'll show you the new items that we put out this week, new patterns and new crochet patterns. Did I say that right? New crochet videos. They are still patterns though. All right, well, let's go over here to our other camera. And the reason I want to do this is because I've been getting lots of questions about foundation double crochet and chainless foundation. All right, so I just have here just an eye hook. You know, I just grabbed it because it's right here for the demonstration. And I've got some just regular O medium number 4 weight yarn. All right, now let me just do a quick demo. I'm going to make my slip knot. I'm going to chain 4. And I'm just going to show you real quick how to do a foundation double crochet, and then we'll talk about it. Yarn over, go in that 4th chain, and pull up a loop. You'll have those 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through the first one. That makes the chain. Yarn over and go through the second 2. Yarn over and go through the third 2. All right. Yarn over, and we'll go in that chain that we made and pull up a loop. Yarn over and just go through that first loop and then double crochet. Okay, and so when you're doing a foundation double crochet, you're going to get a much stretchier row. And the reason that I'll do a foundation double crochet over just chaining and having you add a row of double crochet is because I'm wanting that stretchy edge. It's not wrong if you would prefer to do a chain and then stitch your double crochets. It's just a different way. And if you don't want to do the foundation double crochet when you're doing a pattern that calls for it and you want to just chain and make sure you have the right amount of double crochets, that's usually okay. But the purpose of the foundation double crochet is if you want a nice stretchy edge. It works great for the edge band of a headband or a hat, or maybe a cowl that you want to be able to stretch and slide on. Okay, so that's the foundation double crochet. And one of the things I really like about it is it makes it really easy to count your stitches. And of course, I always use my stitch markers and mark about every 10 or 20 stitches, depending on how long a row I'm going to have to do. All right, so is the foundation double crochet the same thing as a chainless foundation? And it really is. The difference is the amount of chains that you start with and what stitch you're going to do. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this out. Let's say your pattern calls for a triple foundation double crochet. All right, so we'll do our slip knot and we'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when you make a triple crochet, you do 2 wraps, so you're going to do 2 wraps. You're going to go ahead and go in that first chain of your 5, pull up a loop, yarn over, and put those forward, and just go through your first loop because that's making the chain, okay? And then you have those 4 loops. So then yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, second 2, yarn over, and third 2. And now you're making a row of foundation triple crochets. And there's always, you know, if you want to have a row of triple crochets, and yes, that's a little bit loose. I'm doing that so that you can see how to do that. But anytime a pattern says chain 4,000 and then 1 triple in each stitch, this is a great way to do it. And again, it's easier to count those stitches. All right, well, what if your pattern says foundation or chainless single crochet? All right, so we'll do our slip knot again, and we'll only chain 2. 1, 2. Because basically what you're doing is you're making your chain. Whoops, I didn't go through the right spot there. There we go. So I'm going to make my chain, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go through. That was actually a half double crochet that I did there. Through. All right. Now, anytime you get a, let me just pull that out so we can show you. Anytime that you get a pattern that says foundation double crochet, you can always just chain and make sure that when you go back, you do the right amount of stitches. For instance, if it says chain 27 half double crochets. Okay. But they want you to do the foundation half double crochets. You can always chain and then come back and do a row of half double crochets. More times than not, they're asking you to do the foundation because they want that band to be just a little bit stretchy, not stitchy. You can do single crochet, half double crochet, triple, double, triple, any of your basic stitches as long as you do that first chain first. Okay? And that's why it's called a chainless foundation, because you're not going to chain first, you're going to do the chain and the stitch at the same time as you go. All right? I hope that I explained that well, because you can always make the amount of chains it's calling for, and then do the amount of stitches, let's say single crochet, that's needed for the pattern. But you're not going to have as much stretch. I keep saying stitchy. You're not going to have it's not going to be as stretchy on a chain as it would be with the foundation or chainless foundation stitches. Okay? And if I didn't explain it well enough for you to understand, there are lots of videos. I must scoot back over. There are lots of videos on how to do those stitches. I absolutely love them. What was that? Oh, Aidan said hello too. Aidan is my grandson. That's Callie's brother. He turned 12 in January. Hello, Aidan. Love you and Callie bunches and bunches. I miss them terribly. They're supposed to come visit me this summer, and like they always do, but we don't know with what's going on if it's going to work out, and I certainly hope it does. Anywho, if you don't like doing the chainless or foundation stitches, it's okay. You can do the chain and do the right amount of single, double, half double, triples, whatever the pattern calls for. I absolutely love using foundation stitches or chainless foundation stitches. I think they make it lay pretty. I think it's easier to count. But you know what I always say, you have to do what works best for you. But I've been getting a lot of questions about that. One of my favorites, of course, is the double crochet foundation double crochet stitch. Double crochet. Alrighty. I still have puzzles on my mind, so my mind's all puzzled. Alrighty. So anywho, I wanted to show you that today. And now let's talk about what's new. Are you noticing my headband? This is a headband we did probably, I want to say 2 years ago when we were first starting our YouTube channel. And Red Heart contacted me and asked me if I would do a crochet along. And so we did this headband in a crochet along. We did one side, then the other, and then the edge, and then the trim. And so it's been a couple years, so I decided to check out the pattern, see if it needed any updates, some new pictures. And this is the headband. And we called it the blossom headband because it looks like a blossom. But someone said to me, no, it doesn't. That looks like a butterfly. And I thought, oh, I should have named it the butterfly headband. So you could make it in yellow and black and make it look like monarchs. That would be super cute. This one here is one of my Red Heart striping yarns. This is the demo I did in the video. It's brand new. It's not brand new. It's a brand new video. And of course we updated the pattern. It's on Ravelry and it's on my blog as well. And those links are always underneath the videos that I do. I get questions all the time. I can't find the link to the written pattern. Underneath every video, except for my live videos, there's links under those too, but underneath every pattern that I do, underneath the video on YouTube, there's either a little arrow. Sometimes it's black, sometimes it's red. It depends on what device you're on. On my iPad, it's black. On my phone, it's red. Okay, my phone is, I think, it's a Google Pixel something. Anywho, but even if you just go there on your computer, on the one side it says see more right underneath the video. Click that see more or one of those two arrows that's right there and it'll come down. And underneath there, that's called the notes section. And underneath there are links and tabs that you can click on that have where all my patterns are located. And I always put first pattern is at this link, and then I'll have the link. And you can click right on it. It'll take you straight to my blog where you can find the pattern all written out for you. All right? So, anyway, this is our new butterfly pattern. It's called the Blossom Headband, but it also looks like butterflies. And I love it because it's kind of a one size fits all because of this. Isn't that cool? And the way we stitch it on, it's 2 rows go over it. You've got your trim and it's kind of like a trim and an edge because we go around it just to hold the shape, and then we come back and add a little trim. So, and I love that. I think it's a really comfortable headband. I've had it on all morning. And the headband itself is a little bit stretchy, but that band is what makes it fit nicely. Alrighty? So that's our Blossom headband. It's on the blog and on YouTube. The other thing we did this last week is my Paw Print 6-inch square. And I already started putting some of them together. And I'm just using a basic, here's the back. I'm just using a basic slip stitch in the back loops. And that works really nice for them to lay together. And I'm just doing them randomly. As I get several of them done, usually across, because I'm doing it 4 across, but I might make it wider too. But as I'm doing a few, I'm just putting them together and then adding them. And this is our Paw Print 6-inch square. It's really super fun to make because I love that the paws are kind of 3D. Isn't that fun? And it was kind of funny. I've had this on the back burner for a couple of years. I hadn't done it. And then I got a message from someone that said, did you ever do that 6-inch paw print square? I'm like, no. So I got it out and got it done. And so it's super cute. This is all pastels just because that's what I had in my stash. You can do it in whatever colors you want. It's a great it's a great way to use up your yarn stash and make something cute. I think these would be really cute to do in school colors where your mascot might be a bulldog or a cougar or something for the paw print. You know, like orange and black or something like that. I think it'd be really cute to do the colors of your school mascot. And that might, with kids not being in school, that might, you know, cheer them up a little bit. The other thing I want to show you, and I'm going to click over to my roaming camera here, is this. Let me move my chair out of the way. Is this, it's called our country cotton scarf. And originally this was called the country cotton men's scarf. It's a nice long scarf. And the neat thing about this is usually a pattern is stitched back and forth. This one is stitched the long way. Okay. And I'm trying to get out of the picture here. And so it's stitched the long way, and it's kind of neat. You can make it as wide as you want to just by adding more rows through the middle. And I really love it because it's made out of that cotton yarn that looks a little bit like stonewashed denim. And it's really pretty. We made a blue hat out of it not that long ago also. And so that's also another pattern. And that one's a new pattern. That what we did is we took an older pattern. We decided to retest it, use a different kind of yarn, although it's the same weight, it's still a cotton. But the neat thing about this pattern for that scarf is you don't have to use cotton. You can use any medium weight number 4 yarn that you want to. It just makes a nice cotton scarf. And I changed the name. Before it was called the Country Cotton Men's Scarf. And it was made for my husband, you know, for the men. And then the ladies are like, I like it too. I'm like, well, you know what? You can make it for yourself too. So I just changed it to the Country Cotton Scarf. But it is originally from the Country Cotton's Men's Scarf. It is one that I had over on All Free Crochet. And if you click over to the All Free Crochet one, you'll notice that it's like a teal and cream color. It's really pretty. The trim is on the outside in teal. I think the cream is on the inside. And it is really pretty. And it's a scarf for anybody. And it's a little bit thinner. It's meant to be for spring or fall or cool. Up here in Colorado, cool evenings you might want to wear a scarf. Or cool mornings you might want to wear a scarf. So, you know. Oh, that's cute. Kim says the squares would be cute to represent different animals like bears and tigers. Yeah, see, I think it would too. And you could do like orange and black for tigers, or light brown and black for a bear, or school colors. It's just a fun pattern. I got a ways to go with it. Once I get the pattern all, once I get the blanket all complete, I'll show it to you again. Okay. But I got a ways to go. Like I said, I'm just using up my scraps, using 2 colors and using up my scraps. I love using up my scrap yarns. All right, let me check to see if there's anything. Oh, there's one other thing I want to talk to you about. I'm going to go back to my other cam for a second, the top cam. I want to show you my fingernails. Okay, so this lady sent me a message and she said, I love your videos, but I hate your nails. I said, well, I'm sorry. And what it was is I don't use acrylic on my nails. I can't. With my health issues, I can't use any of those toxic things, the glues and things. And so, plus, this is the time of year, like I said at the beginning, that I'm doing my gardening. And I don't want long nails when I'm doing yes, I wear gloves, my gardening gloves and stuff. But I don't want to have to worry about breaking nails off and having to worry about acrylic, and all that stuff. And so what I do is I just file them and I put like clear nail polish on them. I make sure they're clean and tidy. But I've never been, years ago when I was younger, I used to do the long sparkly acrylic nails and tips and stuff like that. That's not me anymore. So I'm sorry if you don't like my short nails. I don't worry about it. I just make sure they're clean and tidy, because what I'm trying to do really isn't show you my nails. I'm just trying to show you my crochet. So yeah, see, April says she does yard work, so she doesn't, you can take care of your nails. They don't look nasty. They're clean, but you don't have to have long. And you know what? I think that it's great if some of these people can do the long nails. I just can't crochet. It's like they're in the way. If the nails are long, it's in the way of what I'm trying to do. So anyway, that's pretty much what I have for you today. The only other thing I want to say about the foundation double crochet is practice it. Try it out and do all the other ones as well. The double crochet, half double crochet, single, triple, whatever stitch you want to do. Go ahead and practice. Get you some of your scrap yarn like I was doing, and just practice until you feel comfortable doing it. And another thing you can do is maybe start with something like a hat band or a headband that has that stitch, or maybe a cowl where you're just going to be stitching it around and joining it. And just learn how it looks, learn how it feels, because it can be a little bit clumsy at first if you haven't done it, and you might get a little frustrated and go, oh, I can't do this, it's too hard. Just take your time and don't worry about, a particular pattern when you're using it. Just get your leftover yarns and just practice, because I love using those techniques. The chainless foundation to me is so much easier to count. And of course, always mark with stitch markers if you're doing a long chain or a long chainless foundation. Use those stitch markers. It will help you tremendously. All right. So if you didn't clink in at the beginning, make sure you clink in. And that's pretty much all I've got for you today. And the last thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to post all your finished projects to the PPD Puppy Love Crochet group on Facebook. I love to see your finished projects, even if they're not my patterns. And also, feel free, if you post something, to post the link to it. Not the pattern, but a link to it, because the next thing that happens is, oh, where's the link? Okay, so feel free to do that as well. Come join the PPD Puppy Love Crochet group. I'm going to let you go. Thank you, because I can't do this without all of you. We'll see you next week.